So, I've been yakking on a lot about the government. This is what the government is. This is what the government does. These are the rights that the government protects. And you should be asking, if you're a good social studies student, how do you know? And so today we're going to discuss, how do I know? And the key to unlocking this mystery is primary sources. Remember, we have secondary sources and primary sources. Primary sources are created by the people who experience the event. Secondary sources are created afterwards, like textbooks and things like that. But primary sources are created by people who experienced the event. All right? Many times they are created at the time of the event. So can you imagine, what if we could find out about the very beginnings of American government? The Native Americans, you're asking? Because they lived there for thousands of years before the white people got here. But mostly in history, we talk about the white guys. So let's get back to the white guys. Unfortunately, I wish we got to talk more about the Native Americans. But anyways, what if we could be there when these white guys came up with the American government and we could know exactly what they were thinking and why they did it? Well, luckily, we have primary sources, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to see what they wrote, what they explained as their reasoning for making the decisions they made, okay? We got primary sources. Woo! Now, our first one, document 1, is the preamble to the U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution is like the rule book of the government, all right? It sets up exactly what it's going to be like. It sets the rules, what the government's allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. And the preamble explains why the Constitution was written. Let's read. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Okay, lots of big words. I want you to focus on key words. In order to form a more perfect union. So in order to bring us together, to unite us, we establish justice, tranquility, defense, so people are protected, promote general welfare, so people are well, secure the blessings of liberty. That means secure our freedoms to ourselves and our posterity. Posterity is kind of a weird word. Let's just skip that. Let's say we don't know that word. Do ordain and establish this Constitution. Establish means to start or to make or to create. They create the Constitution to provide for people's welfare, to protect them, and for justice. So our key idea here is that we're given the purpose of the Constitution, the purpose of government. The purpose of the Constitution is to create a government for the United States and to provide order and protect citizens' rights. Write down those key ideas under document 1 on your worksheet. Now, notice they say also, we the people. It's interesting that they say that. When I saw the picture of the guys who started the Constitution, it looks like a bunch of white men. There are no non-white people. There are no women. So, actually, they all look pretty rich, too. There's no regular people, no poor people. So, we the people, maybe you rich white guys. Anyways, the Constitution, key ideas, get your notes down. Now, the big idea, the Constitution set up the American government. It's the government's rule book. That's what the Constitution is. That's why it was written. We used our primary sources to figure that out. Another document, the Bill of Rights. Now, the Bill of Rights is part of the Constitution, and it's going to give us more information about the government and what it does. So this is the Bill of Rights. Remember all those rights I talked about that all the citizens have? Freedom of religion, freedom of speech, are protected from unreasonable searches. So somebody can't just come in and search all your things, not even the government, unless they have a good reason. U.S. citizens have the right to a trial by jury, so no one can just throw you in jail for no reason. They have to give you a trial where they decide if you're guilty. Citizens are protected from cruel and unusual punishment. They can't do anything cruel to you. They can't torture you. So these are the rights that you have as citizens. Key ideas here is that you have protections. These are protections for citizens. Freedom of religion and fair trial is one example. And I want you to go ahead and pick one more example from this document. Now, for the rest of today, you're going to have a chance to look at some primary and secondary sources. You're also going to look at a completely different point of view. We talked about why we have government. I'm going to have you read about places that basically have no government. Do they really need it? We'll see. All right. Enjoy your work. I'll see you next time.